Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Monster Chappie here for a real quick video. This is kind of like a prelude to the Washington Redskins offensive ebook breakdown. So this is going to be part 0.5 or part 1 half. But the point of this video, guys, is to just give you some general knowledge and basic skills that you're going to need to be able to run any offensive effectively. So, first things first is picking up freaking blitzes. I get a lot of people asking me, how do you pick up Mike Scrape? How do you pick up 4-3 under? How do you pick up dime flat? How do you pick up this blitz? I'm getting A gapped and B gapped to death. I'm getting nano to death. You know, how do you pick this crap up? All right. Look, man, all you got to do is slide protect, really. And the way you want to slide protect is either left or right. Now, I'm not saying both works because only one way works. If you slide right versus Mike Scrape, you're going to still get blitzed. But if you slide left, you're going to pick up the A gap or the B gap portion of it. If they flip the play, you may need to slide right. So it just depends. But you don't want to pinch. Pinch sucks. Just eliminate pinch from your mindset right now. Pinch does not work this year. Max Protect, not a big fan of that. The only time I use Max Protect is if, let's say I got two guys, like I got both of these guys going to the flat. Let's say I want to block Walford and I want to put Murray on a wheel. Instead of putting Murray on a wheel and then blocking Walford, in that situation, what I would do is I would actually max protect to block Walford and then put Murray on a wheel. That way I only got to make one hot route instead of two. So it just speeds up the process, eliminates a hot route, and allows me to hike the ball a bit quicker, thus shortening the amount of time my opponent gets to set up. And that's one of the reasons why you're going to notice most of the plays that I break down only have one or two hot routes, because I don't want to give my opponent all day to set up their adjustments, to set up their blitzes, to set up their coverages, and to get on the user they want to get on. I just want to make them make really quick adjustments and try to give them as little bit of time as possible. Anyways, with that said, when you're slide protecting, a couple things you need to look for. First off, if you're running play action, if you slide protect left or right, you're not going to see a difference on the field, okay? And play action does pick up a lot of the A gap and B gap blitzes in the game, just for your information. So if you run play action, and let's just say you actually run it, and then you just, you still send the guys out, but a lot of times it'll pick up the A gap or B gap portion. You'll still give up edge blitzes and stuff, and I mean, it's not going to completely pick up the blitz, but at least you'll pick up the part that you're worried about, which is the A gap or the B gap part. I don't see too many people complain about the edge part. You can get the pass off. But play action does pick up a lot of blitzes in the game. Under center picks up a decent amount of blitzes in the game. Not all of them, but a decent amount. But just slide protect every single play. You should. And you should start recognizing which blitzes they are. Really, there's a tell. There's a huge tell for most of these blitzes. And that is they move this guy out, or they move this guy out, or they move this guy out. Almost all the blitzes in the games, guys, let's be real. Almost all the blitzes that everybody's doing has somebody blitzing from this portion of the field, and the line either crashing inside or towards the left or the right to get some sort of B gap or A gap. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That is the truth. Now, the beautiful thing about that is that you should know where the blitz is coming from. Now, it doesn't mean that the game is logical. So let's say they're running Mike Scrape here, and you slide right. You're still going to get B gapped or A gapped. Okay, you need to slide left against Mike Scrape. It's illogical, but you do just slide left. It works better. Trust me. From my personal experience, you just want to slide left. Now, if they flip the play, you may want to slide right. I know I've said this, but I just need to break it down because so many people complain about this. And it's January, bro. It's too late to be complaining. You just got to adapt. 4-3 under, I slide protect towards the way that they move the guy out. So if they're in the 4-3 under, and let's just say, let's try and make this look a little bit like 4-3 under. I don't know. Heck. And then they move this guy out here. then I'm just going to slide left because that's most of the time where it's going to come from. But it just depends. So you need to go, don't do it in practice mode, do it in play now mode, because practice mode does not give you a good, what's a good way to put it? It does not give you a realistic expectation of what's going to happen in play now. Let's just put it that way. So make sure you do that. So when you are slide protecting, back to my point, make sure you see it on the field. A lot of times people, you come out of the huddle, you slide protect right, and it doesn't work because the game doesn't register it. Just didn't register it. My recommendation is to slide protect twice, and also wait until your line's about set, or wait until they're set completely. And then that way you're guaranteed it's going to happen. And if you're worried, if you're wondering, did my slide protection register, you can always just pull up your play and just look at your right guard, your right tackle. If you slide right, you should see them going far right. Likewise, if you slide left, you should see those left guard and the left tackle, kind of their blocking angle should go far out left. So that's that. Next thing to talk about is taking your first read. There's a lot of block sheds this year. A lot of people have complained about that. Me, I only have issues when it's like 2 guys rushing and I got 5 guys blocking. But nonetheless, still nothing to cry about. All you got to do is take your first read. What happens is so many people, they see a 2-man rush. They have an open drag, but they want to wait for the skinny post. So they're waiting for Streeter's route. They've got the open drag to Crabtree, but because it's not too many guys rushing, for whatever reason, your opponent just likes coverage defense, something like this, I don't know. But they want to wait for Streeter's route instead of taking the drag that's wide open. So my first recommendation to you guys is take the first open route every single time, because what ends up happening is they get a crazy block shed, or they get a normal block shed, or whatever you want to call it, fluky block shed, and then you get sacked, or you fumble, or you make a bad pass and get intercepted or something. But nonetheless, take your first read every single time, because in the long run, it's going to work out a lot better for you. So that's just about that. So we got about 8 minutes into just quick tips for you guys. Also, running the ball will slow down a lot of these blitzes. Like if they're running Mike Scrape off the right side, maybe try running some tosses or something to the left. Or different runs versus different defenses. But try running the ball to slow down these blitzes. It is important to slow down the blitzes. You want to make sure that you're not getting A-gapped and B-gapped to death. So slide protect. That's my first tip. Second tip is if slide protection doesn't seem to work, or if they rush 6 guys, block a guy and slide protect. Whether it's a tight end or a fullback or a running back, block a guy and slide protect. Now, let's say they're running a blitz like this, okay? And you slide protect the left. You know the blitz is coming from over there, and you block Walford, okay? Just for the sake of it. What happened? I still got sacked. Why? Well, because it's just the way that blitz works, okay? Now, it's only a 5-man rush, but it still came in, and I slide protected, and I blocked an extra guy, but it still came in. Why? Well, you just got to be smart, guys. Like, what you got to do is, if you know that blitz is for sure coming off that left side, instead of blocking Walford, try blocking Murray, okay? So if they're sending an unslidable blitz off the left side there, instead of blocking Walford, block Murray. I'm not even going to slide protect, and it's going to pick it up. See what I'm saying? Well, of course, I get sacked there because Murray doesn't know how to block anybody, but you get the idea. Man hit us with the fluke that time. No games was being played. No games were being played. All right, let's try it this time. No slide protection. Murray, there you go. Now you're not playing like a moron, and we get a 1-play touchdown. But in all seriousness, like if they're running a blitz like that, literally just block the guy on that side of the field. That's all you have to do. Like, it's funny when I watch these YouTube videos and the guys say unslided protectable. Oh, and if they block a guy, it still comes in. Well, that's because they're blocking the guy on the wrong side of the field like a moron. Like, just be smart, guys. I don't mean to talk down to anyone, but I just want, my subscribers, the people that view me, it's not too many of y'all, but I love every one of y'all. So I can't be having y'all losing, man. I got to prepare y'all for what y'all going to be seeing when y'all getting in these wagers, playing in these tournaments, or just playing head-to-head or MUT in general. You can run into all this stuff, so just know how to beat it. And again, I would honestly slide protect left and do that versus something like this. Take off with the quarterback, do whatever it is you got to do, but it's going to pick up that initial blitz, and in that time you should be able to make your reads and hit the first open man. I also avoid users. Some people like throwing at users. I'm not a big fan of throwing near people's users because, somebody's got decent users. They can fake you out one time, and you might throw a dot at them 9 times out of 10, but that one time that they fake you out could be an interception, and that could be the ball game. So at least with computer, you're going to get pretty consistent results. If they're in a hook zone, they're going to stay in that zone. If they're in a flat zone, they're pretty much going to stay in that zone. They might go up a little bit, might go down a little bit, but they're going to stay in that general area of the field. Likewise for everything else. And if they're in man, they're going to keep guarding their guy in most situations until you release the pass. So I recommend just kind of picking on the computer and just taking what the defense gives you all day long. Some people, they force you to throw at their user. In that case, I would just make it only throw to the guy who is clearly open. Like, they're running a zone blitz and they have a bunch of zones on the outside, a bunch of zones deep, and they're pretty much just telling you to throw the ball in the middle of the field. But what I would do is I would have like a slant and a drag and have them kind of delayed from one another, not right next to each other, but one further ahead of the other one. That way they got to pick which one they're going to cover and then just go to the other one that way. So but that is just a bunch of general offensive tips for you guys. You guys know which runs work: the toss, fullback dive, QB sneak, and of course the so powerful inside zone or other zone runs in the game. So that's that. And this is my prelude and just really a bunch of general offensive tips that'll help you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did this video help you out at all? Likes are always appreciated. Subscribe for more. And I will be breaking down the Washington Redskins offensive playbook in the next video here. Before we go, one more thing we need to break down is playmaking. To playmaker, all you need to do is hold L2 or left trigger, and then you move the right stick in the direction you want the guy to go. And the guy that's going to actually go on the playmaker is whoever is nearest the quarterback. So in this situation, most likely it's going to be Streeter, as you can see right there. So we just playmaker them to the right. This is a great way to beat man defense or man press. I know man press causes people a lot of problems, but this is a good way to beat that. It's also a good way to get away from someone's user. For example, if we got 2 slants there, they run whatever defense they want to run, like a cover 3 or cover 2 or something, and then they user both of your slants. You can, you got the slant, he takes Streeter away. You can playmaker the other guy back to where that guy took the defender away from. Maybe he takes the defender here. You can playmaker him towards that spot where the defender, that hole is left or that gap, and you can hit him up there. That's a good way to take advantage of it. But again, mainly for that man defense, you can get them away from man defenders that are stuck to them on like glue, and also get away from users and beat users. And also you can confuse users too. Like sometimes you'll have a slant to Crabtree, and let's say Crabtree beats the man press right away. So what do? Their natural response is to jump in front of Crabtree like this, get in front of his route, keep going, and then the man defender catches up. And then what do? You playmaker him back, and then all of a sudden, you got Crabtree wide open. So that's that. That's going to wrap up this video, though, guys. Now we're at almost 15 minutes. Be sure to drop a like. Till the next time, it's your boy, Monster Chappie.